So what is up everybody, welcome once again to my YouTube channel, and today let's continue with the COR Championship, the Chicane Online League. And we are now in the round 4 of the championship. We are in Russia for the Russian Grand Prix, and after a pretty good Chinese Grand Prix, as we got 7th place from at one point we were last in 15th place. So maybe we can build on that result and have a great race here. That's what we will find out, starting with the qualifying lap. So we are now preparing our qualifying lap for the Russia Grand Prix, as we just head over to this final corner, try to put the traction down as soon as possible. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of a tank slapper there as we now approach this rather meaningless right-hander of turn 1, which is the DRS activating point, and we head down into turns 2 and 3, very crucial zones in this lap, as we try to hit the apex as fast as you can in turn 2 and try not to drift too wide on the exit of turn 3, otherwise the car will try to oversteer on you, as we head through this 180-degree left-hander of turn 4 and try to spot the apex and brake very hard for turn 5. As we approach now the next right-hander of turn 6, another 90-degree right-hander as you approach it in turn gear once again. Now over turn 7, another meaningless right-hander, and once again I do this corner in 4th gear. Some of you guys may want to do it in 3rd gear. And now we approach one of the few left-handers in this circuit, as we approach now turn 10, I believe. This right-hander, I do it in 4th once again. Some of you may want to do it in 3rd, as we open the DRS once again and we just relax through these meaningful 11 and 12 corners, as 13 and 14 are the ones that are going to require your full attention. Having braking zone once again, 2nd gear, as you now need as much of traction as you can into this corner. And now for back traction, 2nd gear on this left-hander, as we go now through the gears, as we open the right-hander as much as you can and now approach the last 2 corners, both the 90-degree right-handers. You will need very good traction control as well as very good traction on entry, and we post a 1:38.251, which was not a perfect lap for me. I know I can do better, so I keep on going for this lap to make another flying lap. I'm still a little bit slow on my delta, but as you can see I already improved as Dildo Schwaggens lets me by. And we are now approaching the end of turn 4 and into turn 5. I missed the apex completely, and I was too greedy. I wanted to straighten the car as much as I can while we're joining the track, and that was a little bit too less input on the steering wheel, and we just rammed into the wall. And as you can see, my helmet, I don't think you guys ever saw it in this league. So yeah, let's go to the qualifying results, as we have a pole position of Juno, followed by El Nabo and our teammates closing the top 3. Then we have Greenham, Alex, Shizzle, Shady, Jamie, Soy Good, and we finish the top 10. Then we have Brad, Rogue, Ash, Dildo, and I could not see who else was below them. But well, we know we can be faster, as I was improving on our delta as we move on into the race. So here we are at the Sochi Autodrome for round 4 of the CRO F1 Championship. It is the Russian Grand Prix. As you can see, it is a very pretty day outside, which is going to make some great racing, as we find out how much the low tire wear around this track will affect the strategies the drivers impose, and therefore the result of this race, as we head onto a track that has 5.8 kilometers on each lap, with 18 corners, with very fast straights and corners as well, separated by some technical sections in the last sector, which poses for a great challenge for the drivers. As we head now onto the paddock, the drivers look ready, so let's join them on the grid. As we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. Lights out, and away we go for the Russian Grand Prix. As you can see, Shizzle is held up by Billy Greenham, who was very slow off the line, which causes to take evasive maneuvers, and we lost a couple of positions to cars that started behind us. As we have a crash, Soygood is spinning around, and I think he tagged Dildo Schwagans as we ram into the back of Rogue, who broke at over 200 meters from the corner, and Shady also spin around, and we have the safety car deployed. We have a damaged front wing. Soygoods and Dildo Schwagans are out of the race, and well, we have a very chaotic first lap as Shady also dropped behind us. I think that were also an incident in the front as our teammate is up into second. Soygoods retires from this race, and we are now diving into the pits for a change of front wing and a change onto the medium tires. I think, yes, it is the white-walled medium tires, as we get a very slow pit stop. We are going to get held up in the pits quite a lot, and we are going to rejoin right behind the Williams of Billy Greenham, who had a very poor start, and taking Shady and me with him on that very poor start. But the safety car is coming in the pits this lap, and we have green flag racing as we try to attack Billy Greenham, who is on the same compound as we are, but we do not have the space or the traction to pull off such maneuver. Whoever has that is a Shizzle, who is on the super soft tires and is going to be much faster into some of these heavy traction zones, which Russia has a lot of. As we are now braking into turn 1, I was being very careful on the brakes and on the traction control out of that corner. As you can see, Shizzle gets a little bit of a switchback on me as we brake into turn 5, and he gets a better exit and is already side by side with me, and will get the move done even before we will arrive turn 6. As Shizzle, Speedkiller also got his nose on my inside, so I need to give him the space, and he also was on the super softs, so that is going to be much faster than my mediums, as we are now in lap 6, and we are being pressurized by El Nabo, I think, and as we approach the laps 14 and 15, I think we have Frozen Luffy, I think that's his name, out of the circuit. Billy Greenham also taking a detour from the racing line, and we got 2 positions into 2 corners as we are now in lap 7, and we are witnessing now a battle forming between Speedkiller and Shady, so the Toro Rosso teammates battling it out for 9th position as we now approach turn 10, and Shady gives space to his teammate, but he's also going to have a poor exit as I have DRS and am going to get alongside him as we have Rich Mix as well. Even though Shady will have the tire advantage into this braking zone, we might be able to make a move around the outside. No, we are not at the moment, and Speedkiller overshot that corner, so we cannot move to the right side of this because that's where Shady is, so we go on the inside, and we get tagged by Speedkiller. I think El Nabo also got tangled on our rear wing as we did not ghost right away, and we are back down in 14th place. So back to square one. Only Ash Bandicoot is behind us at the moment, and we are now jumping into lap 9. Some drivers are starting to make their pit stops to get out of their super soft stints, and we are now approaching widescreen Jamie. We are going to be faster than him, and into the first corner he brakes early and gives us the place, so we are now up to P11, and we are now jumping into lap 10, and we are in P10 as another driver pits. I could not see who it is. I think it is Shady, but we are being pressurized by widescreen Jamie. I gave him the room on the outside, and he will have better traction and get P10 away from me as we are trying now to just defend our positions, just get nice clean air and try to go as fast as we can, because all of those other soft and super soft tire drivers are going to be much faster than we are. As we now jump on P9 after some pit stops from our other competitors, as we are now jumping into lap 13. I keep improving my lap times, but I lose the back end there. I'm going to get a very poor exit, as Shizzle also is on the soft compound tire, so he's going to have not only fresher but better rubber compared to my car. As you can see, it's already going on my outside. I gave him the space. I cut the corner as I was paying more attention to the mirrors. I have to be honest here, as we now go through turns 11 and 12. Shizzle is going to have DRS available for him, and even though I have the rich mix, I brake a little bit sooner than him, but having the inside line helped me retain my P8. So I'm in a little bit of a Ferrari sandwich right now, with Jamie in front of me and Shizzle behind me, as I mixed the apex slightly, and we are now getting switched back by Shizzle, but he does not have the space to make an attempt of an overtaking move, as we finish lap 13 still in 8th place. But Shizzle will have the slipstream on me and will also have the DRS, I am sure of, and he will make a case for an overtaking maneuver on this turn 2 and 3. As you can see, he's very fast on the straight with the help of the DRS and the slipstream. He gets the inside line and makes the move stick. So up to P8 for the Ferrari driver, as we are now jumping onto lap 16, and we are still behind Shizzle as we open DRS, as someone is going out of the pit. It is Speed Killer, so it gives the position to us and also to our teammate, who eventually caught up to us. Even though we are not very slow, we are still catching up to Shizzle, but Omar was very fast on those soft tires, and I just let him by, as I had no business in messing with his race strategy. But now Speed Killer is going to be very fast on his fresh super soft tires, so I don't think I can put up much of a fight. As you can see, just the speed difference through that left-hander, and it just does me around the outside of turn 10. No chance for me to retaliate there, and even though I have DRS, I don't think there is any possibility of getting back on the Toro Rosso driver. As we go under braking, Speed Killer merges with the wall, but I fell asleep almost and missed my braking zone completely. And then I tried to make somewhat of a burnout, like trying to make my car spin, but for some reason the car just didn't turn, and I hit the wall, damaged my front wing even more, and now I will have to pit once again for a set of super soft tires, as well as another change of the front wing, and we are going to come out of the pit in last place, which is 15th after a 7-second pit time. And we are now in lap 20. We posted the fastest lap as we had the fastest tires, but Speed Killer posted an even faster lap shortly after, so I couldn't even get the fastest lap of the race, as Juno wins the race from pole position, and the Force India boys getting on their form, as they were the championship contenders at the beginning of the season, and a pole converted in a win for him. That must feel great, and a very commanding victory. Just shows the pace of the British driver around this track. As you can see now the race results, Juno won, followed by his teammate, so Force India 1-2, followed by Speed Killer, who started at last position and is now up to P3 on the podium. A great result from him. Then we have Billy and our teammate, then Shizzle, Jamie, El Nabu, Rogue, Frozen, Luffy, Shady, and Ruben, then Joe, Ash, Brad, and some other drivers who DNF'd.